Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Okay, these are your seats, not mine. Philip, sit in the middle. Daniel, take the next.
Easy.
I don't mention you back. Brother, obviously, there's no house of prayer player, AMG player. That's why you have the teams. So basically, majority of that, look at the
I won't take up phone.
give you some of the preview.
Kí ló sọ? Kí ló sọ? Scoreboard. Hello? Yes.
So at the end of this match,
Scoreboard títí wá.
house of prayer.
Mi ní list àwọn ìwé player lọ́wọ́. Mò ń sọ láàárọ̀ ìgbà tí mo ń ṣẹ̀tẹ̀. Mo ti fi sí. Alright, mo ti fi sí. No problem. Mo ti fi sí. Àti bẹ̀rẹ̀ that's why tí kò ṣe ti sí. Scoreboard ti wà ń bẹ̀ already.
Yes. So before their last 2 games, I have 6 points.
Yes. Ó máa wà stressful to be typing it now. Type anything right now. You are doing it.
The one on the left house of prayer is first. Opponent before this game, service. So
That's right. And you need to send me.
Abdul Qadir Imam.
Good morning.
To match forward to take. Imam Abdul Qadir against Joseph. He sends it the wrong way. Goal number 2. And now with just 6 minutes of football play. Goal number 2. They come in lively to play. They're enjoying the second half of this game. They were well determined to allow Kwara State to play all through half time. A chance! No flag is raised. Hat-trick hero. His name, a big record, and surely will be on our headline of the newspaper tomorrow morning as the bell for a belt. Hat-trick hero. Imam Abdul Qadir makes record runs on to become the first player this season. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! What a perfect start into the second half. The centre forward on the Kwara State, Imam Abdul Qadir. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! Ability to match forward to take. Imam Abdul Qadir against Joseph. He sends it the wrong way. Goal number 2. And now with just 6 minutes of football play. Goal number 2. They come in lively to play. They're enjoying the second half of this game. They were well determined to allow Kwara State to play all through half time. A chance! No flag is raised. Hat-trick hero. His name, a big record, and surely will be on our headline of the newspaper tomorrow morning as the bell for About this hat-trick hero, Imam Abdul Qadri makes record for himself to become the first player this season. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! What a perfect start into the second half. The centre forward on the shovel select. Imam Abdul Qadri. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! Ability to march forward to take. Imam Abdul Qadri against Joseph. He sends it the wrong way. Goal number 2. And now with just 6 minutes of football play. Goal number 2. They come in lively to play. They're enjoying the second half of this game. They were well determined to allow Shovel Select to play all through half time. A chance! No flag is raised. Hat-trick hero. His name, a big record. And surely will be on our headline of the newspaper tomorrow morning as the bell for about this hat-trick hero. Imam Abdul Qadri makes record for himself to become the first player this season. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! What a perfect start into the second half. The centre forward on the shovel select. Imam Abdul Qadri. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! Ability to march forward to take.
All right, good morning, wherever you've joined us for this match day 3 encounter of the N Youth League Cup, the Southwest Conference between House of Prayer and AMG Sports Academy. It is first versus 7th place, following the 2 matches that we've seen so far in this season. House of Prayer, the league leaders in the early standings this season. And it's going to be what promises to be an interesting encounter. My name is Philip Olide. I'm your commentator for this morning, and my co-commentators alongside me, Manuel Daniel Faniel. Good morning to you. What are you expecting to see this morning?
Well, it's expected to be a thrilling encounter. All the players ready on the pitch as well, looking sharp and ready. AMG coming into this game have not done really well for themselves, but they'll be looking to bounce back. But then we have House of Prayer, who are actually flying high, winning their last game by 5 goals to nothing. And we are looking forward to what will be an interesting encounter this morning.
All right, let's run you through the starting 11 for both sides. House of Prayer goalkeeper Babarinde Bolu Atife will be in between the sticks. Shuaib Akimi in right back, as well as Abdullah Ridwan on the other side. We see a defensive partnership between Monday John, the skipper, and Abdul Majid Abdulhamid in the defensive midfield position. We're going to be seeing 3 players in the midfield. Abdullah Jonathan Wisava as the anchor, with Yakub Abdulganiyu as well as Omodar Olamilekun right behind the striker. On the wings, we will see Obeng Joshua in right wing, as well as Egba Michael on the left wing, and Imam Abdul Qadri, who's been scintillating form this season already getting 8 goals involvement in the first 2 matches of the season, would lead the line for AMG.
I bet you that was supposed to be for House of Prayer,
Yeah.
but then for AMG, we have Emmanuel John, who will be the goalkeeper of the day, who has been in goal for them through the last 2 matches. We have Sadil Mohammed, donning jersey number 2. He will be their right back. We will see the center partnership of Udofia Abasi as well as Akinyemi Shegun. They will be the 2 center defensive defenders. Then left back, we'll see Akibo Stephen, then Abdul Rahim Rashid, and Gabriel Monde alongside Oluye Abdurrahman will do the midfield trio. Then we have Yusuf Ologake as well as Akinfola Stephen and Uthman Mohammed, who is their striker for the day.
All right, so far for House of Prayer this season, they are the top of the league of the Southwest Conference of the NU League Cup. First match day, 3-1 winners over Shuffle Select, while match day 2, there were 5 new victories comfortably over Buckner FC. Those 2 games were in Ikene. It's good to see what we'll encounter bring for us today. It's been draining a bit in terms of the weather. It's been dripping slightly, and yes, the grass will be in an optimum condition. I think the players would like to play in this weather as we get set for this match to start. As of Prayer in your red, they're going to be kicking from your left to the right, while AMG in the white will be kicking from right to left to start this encounter as we're waiting for the match day official. Should be a good game, Sanya. Should be a good game.
Absolutely. You know, it's interesting to see some of these games like this, because you see raw talent, you see young players, you know, showcasing what they can do, and especially looking at the fact that they all of them portray a lot of young players who look promising, and I'm looking forward to see a game that will be entertaining as AMG kick off the game. And now we are off to a training encounter.
No, we're yet to kick off. We thought we'd kicked off, but it seems the officials are still waiting for a couple of things. As you can see, the players ensuring they keep themselves fit, just passing the ball around a bit. We're not exactly sure what the officials are waiting for, but it seems a couple of things are still yet to be fully decided. Maybe just having a look at the match day balls. But with the start of the season that House of Prayer have had this season, 2 wins to start, very comfortable wins, by the way, especially that 5-0 victory over Buckner FC in their last game. They are really saying we're going to be a powerhouse in this League Cup for this season.
Absolutely. Last season, Kwara Kiddies,
Kwara United,
team, the junior team actually went ahead to win this particular tournament. So I feel maybe they are trying to, you know, replicate what their counterparts here in Ilorin did, and it will really be really good to see. But one player we should be talking about is Imam Abdul Qadri, who have had already 8 goals involvement in just 2 matches, and that's not all. Last season, he had 12 goal involvement in 7 matches. That is such an incredible record, and I think maybe the national team, maybe the under 20, if he's still qualified, should actually be looking at a player like that who is clinical, who is fast, and who can actually bury the ball.
All right, we'll keep on waiting for kickoff here in what should be a thrilling encounter. As you can see, that gives just the team a chance to put the final touches into their preparations for this tie, as we wait for the center referee to call the players to get back into line and get this game on the way.
Yeah, and I think the pitch is okay. Despite the rain, the pitch is in good condition. And one thing we must give credit to, especially the Kwara State government and the Kwara Ministry of Sports, is how they've been able to maintain the pitches, the stadium. It looked really lush green, and no patches or whatsoever. And as we see, I think the matches is getting ready to start right now.
So now it seems we're finally ready to get this encounter on the way. It is match day 3 encounter in the Youth League Cup, the Southwest Conference. It is 1st versus 7th. AMG kicking things off. Like we said, playing in the white, kicking from right to left, and House of Prayer in the red, kicking from left to right. House of Prayer, would you think they'll be looking to quickly show their dominance in this encounter?
Absolutely, but if you look at the kickoff from the AMG counterpart, I think they are trying to make a statement. They almost did a kickoff like the way PSG used to do, but then I think I don't.
What do you think of that kickoff? Everyone keeps on doing it right now.
Well, I just think it's not been effective as since the PSG Chelsea match. It has not been as effective as it used to be, but. Let's see what this game holds. I think the AMG are also trying to put in a lot of effort to see they match this team. But would they be able to hold a certain Abdul Qadri? That is what we wait to see in this game. A
lot of eyes on Abdul Qadri right now, and we see a bit of
he's already moving already.
We see a bit of the early Jesus in this game right now, and that's
a good chance.
For House of Prayer in there with Egbo Michael quickly getting in on the ball and fizzing in a cross into the box. No one in on that. It's a lot of what we're going to be seeing here. House of Prayer winning the draws and quickly going on the break.
Absolutely, and you could see the pace and you could see the precision. I think it was Abdul Qadri who laid that pass for Agbo, and then a very sharp run, but unfortunately he wasn't able to connect with his man at the other end of the pitch.
All right, we see another goal kick now, just showing a bit of early intent there, as now we're seeing the players linking up with Obeng Joshua, feeding Yakubu Abdughanio on that left hand flag. We can see early Jesus between both sides, and now going back to the captain, Monday John, as House of Prayer look to settle into this game. But we're seeing intense and pressure there from AMG, but that was a foul there caused by the number 25 for AMG, Yusuf Olagoke. I just liking the pressing so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this game has intensity. It has what it's required at this level. In fact, if you look at the way they've started the game, they've started really, really well. Both sides trying to size up themselves. You know, games like this, you have to size up your opponent, and that was a pass that really didn't go well, but thank God he got the ball right. And then they're trying to build from the back.
Building from the back. Let's see how calm and possessive they try and be. A bit of miscommunication in there for House of Prayer, but they get out of that.
And that is a good ball.
Straight off, but the goalkeeper is on line to clear. And now AMG trying, it just seems House of Prayer have a man down, and the referee has had to blow the whistle from that. What exactly does it seem to be the game plan for House of Prayer in this game? Is it launching a ball over the top to Abdul Qadri, who we know is as clinical as it can be right now? Or is it a situation whereby they're going to try and soak in the pressure from AMG and then eat them on the counter-attack?
Well, I think so far so good. What they are trying to do is to understand what AMG are bringing forward. AMG are bringing a fast kind of football. You know, they are trying to press from the opposition half, and if you notice, the ball has been in House of Prayers half of the pitch, and that's why that's what House of Prayer is trying to understand. The ball is actually very fast, and the players are trying to size up themselves. You know, first 15 minutes of every game, the opposition try to understand the tactics of the opponent, and that's what they are doing exactly at this point. We are not exactly sure what they are doing yet, but I think the long balls are actually targeting Abdul Qadri.
Obeng Joshua is the man on the sidelines right now after suffering a bit of that collision in there. And AMG now looking to build their first attack of the game. A beautiful ball swung in there into the box, but it will go behind for the goal kick. First goal kick for House of Prayer in this game. Looking again, kicking from left to right as we have more of the rain pouring down here in this encounter. And it will be interesting to see what kind of goal kicks both sides employ. We've seen AMG go long and not around. House of Prayer as well going long to try and win those first or second balls in the game.
And they won the second one.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting to see this team go head to head, because in as much as AMG is 7th, I think they are not pushovers in this tournament. They have been playing really well
in there, winning the ball, and they look to quickly build out from the back and keep the intensity on in this game. With Rudwan finding his man, and he's just lost the ball in there, and AMG now going back to try and then build their own possession from the back. This time Abasi trying to keep hold of the ball, but good recovery we've seen there from Egba Michael, and he just keeps on both sides just struggling to keep a hold, which succumb to give that free kick against Omodara or Malamiliko
Yeah,
in this one?
I think the opposition team are not just coming here to defend and play like there is nothing on the line. They are trying to take the game to the house of prayer, who I think so far so good have not held their line so tight, because the ball is majorly in their own half, and that should call for concern. But sometimes when the game state is like this, you just hit them on counter attack. Remembering they have
Are we seeing a lot of fouls right now in the early games? Maybe a bit of the physicality. Both sides really trying to impose themselves in the game.
Yeah, games like this, when they just start and you have both teams having physical player, having things at stake. If House of Prayer wins this game, it becomes 3-3, and that shows that they have a strong intent and going ahead to win this conference, this conference league, and then
all right, it's a ball that latches onto there, and the goalkeeper seems to have misjudged that, but he gets it at the second time of asking. Just a simple long ball into the box from Ridwan, and we saw there the House of Prayer forward trying to quickly get onto that ball, Obeng Joshua, but the goalkeeper got there. At the second time of asking, he needed to get there, and this is another chance for House of Prayer to probably launch one into the box. We're also seeing the reintroduction of long throw-ins route in football across the world.
Absolutely. After we saw what happened to the likes of I think the likes of Delap, the father of Leon Delap, and then Thomas Partey last season for Arsenal. This season we are seeing more and more of long throws, which
right
I think
now AMG looking to build on the counter attack. Following that chance, we have currently Steven looking, and he has a 1v1 right now, trying to get himself into the box, and it's an easy clearance at the end of the day for Abdul Hamid. You can see a bit of the break there from AMG Sports, but quickly recovering is House of Prayer. Right now, quickly taking the throw in to continue the intensity. And the referee has given another foul there for AMG Sports Academy. This is a game that both sides needs to be wary about, leaving too much spaces behind the back.
Yeah, and if you look at this position of the free kick, it's actually a very promising position. You can decide to, go short, or maybe throw the ball for a jostle in the 6-yard box where anything can happen. But looking at the positioning of the player, I think it's looking to cross it at the other end of the pitch.
You think that's the best chance here?
Yeah, I think that's the best chance for the player, and we are looking at what he's going to do.
All right, the fizzes in the cross, and the goalkeeper needs to tip it behind. That was just deep into the net, but the goalkeeper, Olatife, needed to put an hand onto that one, and it was a strong hand, and it's a corner for him, the first of the game.
Absolutely, and let's see what they do with this set piece. I think teams are beginning to use set piece more in games, and let's see what happens to this.
The goalkeeper gets a bit of a hand into that ball. The referee has seen an impingement on the goalkeeper there, and it is a free kick for House of Prayer and a chance to catch their breath and build things again from the back. Quickly building things again from the back, and this time they are going longer to try and find Abdul Kodri. But this time it is Obeng that gets onto that ball, Michael, and it's not full on goal. Michael with a shot, and it is an easy save for the goalkeeper at the end of the day. First real chance we've had for House of Prayer. Good interchange between his midfielder and right there, Michael getting in on the action very quickly for House of Prayer. First shot we've had in this game in the 8th minute of the affair.
One thing I'm actually I know about football is that when you have your chances and you don't take them, they come to hurt you. So I think House of Prayer should be
now
wary.
AMG now looking to go on the break. Abdul Rashid fizzling the ball to the right hand flank and trying to find his forward Mohamed, who is a bit stronger, but too strong, says the referee. Really good game, really good physical game. Yeah, and already we've seen a lot of chances, and we can see both coaches right now already having a lot to say to their players in this encounter.
Yeah, and you see the end-to-end game is what makes football interesting. Everybody, your eyes continue to move with the ball. But I think House of Prayer should be wary, because these AMG guys are very fast on the counter-attack, and they should be wary, because if you attack and you leave your behind open, they would be punished for that.
Again, House of Prayer going long from the captain, Monday John, and that ball. The second ball is won by Abdul Ghani. Your boy goes out for a throw-in. Both sides are now really settling into the game as we near the 10th minute mark of this affair. It is match day 3 encounter of the NU League Cup. It is the Southwest Conference, 1st versus 7th. House of Prayer playing the first game right here in Ilorin. AMG looking to fizz in that ball, but right there was Steven, and he couldn't get onto the ball. But this time, we would see Habasi get on the second ball and they recycle and try and build it from the back. Abdurrahman
Well, if you look at
tries from distance this time, and that was Abdul Rashid, but it's not going just on target for him.
I think it's actually becoming both teams are beginning to size up themselves, see who is in control of the game. But so far, once we are done with another infringement there again, and I think it's becoming too physical. The referee should actually take charge of this game.
It's not calling the fouls, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe a card will actually see everything calm, because when games become physical like this, referee don't make a statement.
Beautiful interchange there, and we see Michael trying to freeze the ball into the box, and right there it is a throw in deeper into the AMG half.
Well, let's see what they do with this throw in. The last one, they took it long, but it didn't materialize. I think one thing that will make this game settled is maybe if a team gets to score a goal early in this half, and then we'll see how the other team gets to respond.
And Michael goes in long. The goalkeeper is caught in no man's land, and the ball is in between the legs of Olamileko. The danger is still not cleared for AMG, and now they clear the danger. But Olamileko trying to recycle, and both are trying to win the ball, and House of Prayer gets it back. Monday John fizzes his back into the box. The linesman has his flag on for offside. Really good interchange. The goalkeeper caught in no man's land in there. Olamileko just couldn't sort out his legs to know exactly where the ball was. And then again, we see early pressure. Abdul Kadri, that man leading the press for House of Prayer. Now AMG trying to build out from the back. Really nice and simple. They have found a way into space on that right hand flank, trying to play themselves out of problems that they've gotten themselves into. Right now we see Abasi on the ball. The pressure keeps on being on both sides, full of energy, energetic encounter from these two teams right now.
I think House of Prayer are beginning to come into the game. They are beginning to take the ball to the AMG guys, playing in their own half more instead of.
And the referee has allowed that to go on. It's Egba Michael who's one there that's complaining from AMG for a foul, and this time it's a corner kick. That is one for a House of Prayer by Egba Michael. A lot is coming from this right hand flank. House of Prayer.
House of Prayer, I think they are exploring this side. Are exploring the right hand side of the pitch, and it looks really, really good to see. Let's see what comes out of this this corner kick. The other one for AMG was an infringement on the goalkeeper. Hopefully, Abdul Quadri gets his head on this one.
It's an outswinger from Egba Michael, and the goalkeeper this time has lost the ball, and the goalkeeper has had his brush is saved by his defender. The goalkeeper came out from the ball. He drops the ball, and so close, House of Prayer almost tapped the ball into net, but an AMG has been able to clear the line. It's another corner in quick succession for House of Prayer. And they're looking to recycle again now, and it's Egba Michael with another hard swinger just before the ball, but the referee has called for an handball in there on House of Prayers number 14, Ganeo.
I think the goalkeeper of AMG needs to be careful on how he makes errors.
Another early pressure of the Codri right there. It seems AMG keeps on playing with fire right now as they try to play themselves out of problem. The pressure keeps on building for AMG right now. We're trying to play out from the back, but they've been able to do it well in this moment with Abdul Rashid trying to find Mohammed on that flank, but he's not been able to fully do that in this game. Hella pressure there, hella pressure from House of Prayer. It's as close as we've come to a goal in this game.
Absolutely. But then I think the manager of AMG needs to talk to his players. They need to be calm-headed, especially at the back. You can't continue doing what is not working, especially for the goalkeeper. He has had 2 errors already. Thankfully, it didn't lead to a goal, especially the last one.
You can't lose chance now for and that is number 21 for AMG getting in on the ball, seeing more of the ball, Abdul Rashid, and it's a chance for a first shot at the corners of the crossbar. It is as close as we've come to a goal. Mohammed found in the box by Abdul Rashid. It fizzes in a beautiful shot, but it meets the crossbar, and it is as close as we've come to a goal in this encounter. Both sides going as close as they can. We'll have a stoppage in play now, as House of Prayer have a man down in AMG's half. That is as close as we've come to a goal.
Absolutely, that was a beautiful shot. Unfortunately, he couldn't wrap his leg around it. He would have gone for the top right corner, and maybe he would have found it, but then he decided to go for the top of the bar, and then unfortunately he couldn't get that. But that was a very good shot.
And the ball is found now to Egba Michael on that right hand flank again. It fixes in a one-time cross, and it is met by the head of Obeng Joshua. He couldn't guide it on target, but that is a big chance for House of Prayer in this encounter.
I think one thing we should actually note is the crosses these guys are putting in, accurate crosses. We tend not to see this even in the senior level, but I think the coaches have actually worked really well on these players, putting in those accurate passes. That was a really good chance. Unfortunately, it didn't go on target.
Abdul Rashid winning the ball and winning the battle in there, finding his way out and wins the throw-in. It's been beautiful on the board today so far, Abdul Rashid, for AMG Sports, looking to make things click for them, but that was a good chance for House of Prayer. That was the left back, Ridwan, finding his way into the box and lashing onto the crosser from Egba Michael.
And it seems as if we want to see a long throw from here, almost center of the pitch, but then I think the game has been intense. Just as we expected, it's been interesting. Both sides are trying to come out and play.
Looking to play. Abdul couldn't get his legs on that one. Joshua looking to win the ball back. And right now the ball stays in place. Shuab Abika Akim will look to get things back, but the goalkeeper feels a long ball at fair. The flag is though up for offside. It was just coming back from an offside position. Joshua in that encounter, and we have a stoppage in play now as AMG skipper just needs to get his breather. It feels like he got a whack to the face in that one.
Yeah, but I think it wasn't intentional. It was Abdul Qadri trying to jostle for the ball, and his hand maybe hit his face. There was nothing like a malicious intention in that one.
Referee's blown for another foul. That one seems to be a forehand to the back. Abdullahi Jonathan conceding that foul against the House of Prayer. It's a good chance now for AMD to launch another chance into the box. Still new here between both sides. 18 minutes on the clock, 70 minutes on the clock between House of Prayer and AMG Sports Bar. We've come very close to the first goal in this game, with AMG striking the ball already in this game, as well as Ridwan getting close with a free header at his far post, but he couldn't guide his header into the back of the net. We continue to see the tie now between both sides.
Well, that was not so much of a good free kick taken there. It was supposed to be maybe crossed out for the players to jostle, or maybe go straight for the goalkeeper, but then it wasn't really a good one.
Mohamed on the ball now for AMG, quickly spread out by Abdurrahman, but he loses the ball, and it is a beautiful pass into the path of Egbo Michael. We strong goal, and it finds Abdul Qadri. His first shot is good. Oh, straight off the line by Abbasi for AMG. That is as close as they've come this time around for AMG. It's a beautiful ball, fizzing across goal. Egbo Michael runs across his man to get on the ball, and it's the first side of goal we've gotten from Abdul Qadri, the main man here for AMG.
I think people should watch out for this Agbo as well. He has actually been incredible. His runs have been on point, and we saw that run from behind where he moved the ball so fast and putting it right through on goal. But unfortunately, Abdul Qadri couldn't connect this time, despite the fact that he has been the talisman for this.
Have another chance in here. As you can see, the right back is free on the right hand side. Finally finds him. It's not the best of crosses, and AMG will breathe a sigh of relief. Those chances on that right hand flank continues to put pressure on AMG. A beautiful take there, beautiful control of the ball right there from AMG's Olagoke, and finds his man Abbasi trying to recycle right now. I want to say something.
I think the quality of display today is nothing short of great. Looking at the level at which these guys are playing, most of them can actually walk straight into the MPFL teams and give a good account of themselves. And I love what I'm seeing from both sides, given the fact that both managers have been on the touchline trying to put their team in shape. And you can see both managers have their clear tactics. Player from the back for AMG, and they're doing that well. And then for House of Prayer, they've actually trying to lob the ball ahead, make sure they get Aqua, who will cross.
And then that's not a beautiful way to get the ball out of danger. And again, we're seeing Abdul Rashid trying to feed his way past 2-3 players. And but this time, the ball touches the referee, and House of Prayer would recycle. Still new 20 minutes played already in this encounter, but it's not been short of goal mouth action between both sides. We're still looking for the opening goal in this game so far. And Egba Michael really dropping deep for this time. And you can see his right back seems to be ahead of him.
Absolutely. That shows that the guy is very pacey. He knows what he can actually offer going forward. And that's why you see him coming back, because if he is with the ball, we've seen like twice where he had to run from like the center circle down to putting in a cross that was really, really good, but unfortunately could not be converted.
Monday John really showing the cool heads there on his shoulders. That's why he's the skipper of this side. Olamileko now on the ball. Jonathan, John, Akeem trying to build on possession, but that long pass there to Abdul Qadri could not find his man. Him to win possession back and now try to build their own from the back. Oh, it's not the best of ball from their skipper, and this time we'll see Abdul Hamid recycle the ball. And it's just a simple prayer.
I think this is a very, very good chance. You know, the pressure prayer. I think this is sustained. This is the first time House of Prayer is sustaining pressure, you know, for like almost 1 minute at a time, you know, trying to make sure that the goalkeeper, the force is safe from the goalkeeper, who actually tried his best to make sure that the ball didn't go in. That was really a good ball that was supposed to be a goal on a good day. But then the goalkeeper actually did really well. I think the defense of AMG are beginning to feel the pressure right now.
All right, this is going to be an in-swing into the box, headed clear away by Abdurrahman for AMG. Another chance to swing another one in. This time is met by the head off Abdul Hamid, but the referee seen a foul in the box. The in-swinging crosses might just be causing a couple of problems. Still 0-0 in this side as the both search for the first goal in this game. We've seen House of Prayer score a couple of goals already in their games this season. 3 times they scored against Shuffle Select in the first game, 5 times against Bucknell. A lot of people are expecting them to still score goals today.
Absolutely. 8 goals in 2 matches shows that this side can really score goals, and it's no news that they've actually been asking a lot of questions, and with time maybe we'll get to see more come from this side.
And Abdurrahman trying to find Mohammed in there, but it's done beautifully well despite having the foul called on him, the left back for House of Prayer, Redwan. Still 0-0 in between both sides, and we can see them always trying to play out from the back in this encounter.
Yeah,
Abdul Hamid now on the ball. Monday John just dropped. It's not the best of ball right there from Jonathan, and he knows it himself. He knows it is not giving the best of ball, Olamilekun rather. But they've been able to get themselves out of danger. Now Egba Michael fizzes it down along the right hand front for Abdul Qadri, but it will be easy for Emmanuel John to latch into that and gather the ball for AMG. But you could always see what they're trying to do, Tanya. Trying to play Abdul Qadri into good positions to hold up the ball and allow other people to get up the field to allow more pressure.
Absolutely, and I think they've actually been doing that really well. And you look at their defense line. I think one thing we should also take note is the defense line of House of Prayer, actually well organized throughout the game so far.
A crunching tackle in there. The referee says it wins the ball and didn't allow the player the advantage to play there. But that was a crunching tackle on Obeng Joshua. It did clearly win the ball though.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it's actually very difficult, especially when player gets their legs up on the ball, and then maybe after winning the ball, they get to hit the players. We've seen controversial calls even in the EPL where you know, referee says, oh, the player clearly won the ball, so it's not a foul. So sometimes these kind of things happen, and that's what we just saw right there.
More than halfway through the first half of this game. It is match day 3 encounter of the N-Youth League Cup between House of Prayer and AMG Sports Academy. Still looking for the first goal in this game, even though we've had chances from both sides. We've had AMG strike the bar. We've had a couple of saves from the AMG goalkeeper, and it's a lovely ball down the flank. But we'll have to do a lot to get under the ball, Michael, and it does this time. He has support from Akim. Oh, beautiful for Akim. And the fizzes in the cross in one time. It's just too much, just behind Abdul Qadri. Beautiful dummy to send two of his men behind him and be able to swing another cross. But AMG will try and get themselves out of danger this time. Monday John wins the header. And it just seems very close to losing the ball in difficult positions and very dangerous positions, the AMG. But they keep on finding a way to play themselves out of danger. But this time the ball is won by Jonathan, and it is a throw-in to House of Prayer.
I think AMG needs to be careful with the way they are playing. When you're playing such kind of games where you know the opposition team have a talisman who have scored, who have already had 8-goal contribution in just 2 matches, you should be careful of how you play with your defense. You should be careful on how you play from the back. And
be a throw-in, a corner kick now for AMG. We saw an outswinger the first time. This time we'll look to see whether it's going to be another outswinger or an in-swinger with Egbar Michael. This time probably be an in-swinger.
Yeah, let's look at the set piece strategy they are using. Trying to look at what they do. The captain is in the 18-yard box as well.
All right, Egbar Michael fizzed this one. And oh, it's so close to Monday John. He just couldn't get the particular touch that he needed on that ball. Very, very close. It just feels like they're missing that final touch that would take the ball into the back of the net. This time, it is the captain, Monday John, very close, unmarked. Just couldn't get the ball on his feet.
But I would say these guys should actually convert their chances. We've seen where teams get these chances and they fail to convert them. And when the opposition gets one, they put it right back into the back of the net. But let's see how this game goes. I think AMG are beginning to feel the pressure right now, and their defense is beginning to crack a bit. If House of Prayer doesn't capitalize on this, they may end up
very strong from Obeng Joshua in there. Olamileko. Oh, what, Monday, it's still on the ball, and this time it's Claire trying to fizz his way past to Joshua. Beautifully done, but the danger is cleared from AMG. This time Shiago clearing the danger for them as they look to build on that momentum. The foul there, one for AMG, this time for a foul by Akim on the AMG's Abasi. We've seen a lot of action down this left-hand side from AMG. They're trying to get a lot of balls in, but it seems the danger out everywhere, and sometimes AMG seems to be playing themselves into problem. It's left for House of Prayer to try and capitalize.
Absolutely, and I think House of Prayer should have been a goal up by now. With the chances they've had, a couple of chances that have fallen to them, maybe not clear-cut chances, but those half chances, you get to convert them if you want to win games and stay on top of the league, just the way they have been so far in the last 2 games they've played.
Abasi back to his goalkeeper John. They clear the ball a bit out of danger. Can he keep that one in? He's kept it in. Oh no, says the referee. He wasn't able to keep that one in, Steven. And House of Prayer again looking for another chance, looking to break the deadlock in this encounter. This one now, this time 4 out of Prayer.
I think both sides are trying to see if they can go, especially AMG, trying to see if they can hold this to a new draw at the halftime, just to make sure that they come back stronger, they come back with better strategy. If they can break this House of Prayer, I think the pressure is becoming on House of Prayer to try and get that goal, and you can see that they are throwing on everything on the line to make sure they get that goal before going into the halftime break, as we've passed the half-hour mark already.
We've seen a lot of set-piece chances for both sides in this game, but Micah swings this one, and there'll just be a bit too much on this one. But the goalkeeper needed to keep his eye on that one. He could have dipped into it. It's not the best of crosses for Egbar Michael. As you can see, his hands there apologizing to his teammate. He's been the brightest spark in this game, Egbar Michael, down this right-hand flank.
Absolutely, but I don't think that was a cross. I think he went for the goal instead himself, but it did just work out well the way he thought. But that was really a good one. If let's assume it was not so, it doesn't have so much power on it, maybe it would have been saying something else.
Gonna have a stoppage in play now for AMG. Uluyi Abdurrahman down right now, but it's back on his feet. I'm not sure exactly what he's complaining about to the referee, but the game will continue now with a goal kick. 30 minutes gone in this match day 3 encounter. The House of Prayer and AMG Sports Academy. It's good to see which side tends to win the second balls when these goal kicks are launched. Calm under pressure, Shuab Hakim. There, and the ball is gone long from Monday John. Joshua, we have a lot to do to try and keep that in, and unfortunately, he can't keep that in for House of Prayer. Again, we've had action from both sides, really going close to opening the deadlock in this encounter. I'm not exactly sure what it was waiting for. No, there. Thought it was
offside. Yeah, until he saw a man behind him, and then he said, "Oh, I could go for this." Unfortunately, the goalkeeper was already right there to clear his line. That is good pressure.
Do you like the pressure so far from AMG? They felt that has gone against them, though, that throwing. But do you like the pressure that they're trying to apply on the ball? Hasn't been sufficient enough for you?
Well, I think in the opening half of the game, the first 15 minutes, they were really, really good. But I think House of Prayer are taking the game right now to them. They are trying to defend with everything they've got in them, making sure that they don't concede a goal before going into the half. Into the halftime.
Michael with the long throw, shouts for one ball in there. The referee says no. The referee says no. Shot for one ball. The long ball beautifully fizzed in by Egba Michael, who is the man that's trying to make a lot of things happen in here for House of Prayer. It's gonna go long again with this one. With the stances taken, cleaning the ball as we can already have. We've got showers of rain right here in Ilorin. Egba Michael going longer this time. But this one should be easily cleared. It's not the best of clearance. He will try and recycle again. It's 3 corners, 3 throw-ins, I beg your pardon. But these long throws, they sometimes feel like corners, man.
Yeah, and the strength at which the power under the ball seems as if they are using their foot. But I think our players that have learned how to do these throw-ins have an advantage, and it looks like a crossing right there.
This one is cleared out of the box. But Egba Michael will not have another chance to fizz another cross. He's got 3 men beyond the ball. None of them, and this time, it's just cleared behind. He had to clear that ball behind. He had 2 men at the corner, one of them waiting behind it to knock the ball into the back of the net. Beautifully recovered by the AMG defender in there. Very, very close. He had 2 men in there. He needed to get the best touch on that one.
And that is why I like defenders who are physical, who know what they want. They actually are determined. You cannot be in between 2 strikers and then get your head on that ball the way he did, beautifully clearing that out for a corner kick that obviously House of Prayer did not utilize.
All right, now AMG looking to go on the break, and it's not the best of ball. But Monday John will go back to Bolu Asife, who would clear the ball back away. Just a bit of the danger there from House of Prayer. This time Joshua looking back, and the ball to Egba Michael will not find him. Olamileka now on the ball, and it sees the movement of Egba Michael down the right hand flank. It's a race between himself and Abasi, and the linesman has his flag up for a foul. Kind of felt like a shoulder to shoulder tackle.
Yeah,
Abasi doing well to recover this time and get the better of Joshua. Michael, I beg your pardon.
I think Abasi have actually done a lot of work on this on this right hand side, because he has actually faced a lot of pressure and he was already going down. That was a tactical foul. He won right there, and that's what you get as a defender who you're against very, very good winger, and he got that foul. I think a tactical foul he got. He was already going down. He just put his body right beside Joshua, and he got a foul.
Those sometimes are not really fouls. They are too soft to give, but the referee keeps on giving them every single time.
Yeah, as a footballer, when especially as a professional.
And the goalkeeper didn't get to the ball. The goalkeeper was waiting for the ball to come into his box. His defender was waiting for him to come out and clear the ball, and he needed to make a last-ditch tackle in there. He needed to make that last-ditch tackle. Very close. It was on a beautiful run right there from Joshua. Really seeing the danger there that a lot of the AMG backline did not see.
I think one thing we should note is that House of Prayer have really improved, in the last 10 to 15 minutes. They are in full control of the game. How the game is being
Now
played.
it's a beautiful touch right there from Joshua to set up the Quadri on. Is the clinical man. This time they finds the ball to Olamileko, which touch takes it beyond the goal, and it's now the best of touches from Olamileko. It was a beautiful link-up play. Beautiful touch from Joshua to set up the Quadri on. It finds his way to the box. It lays the chance on for Olamileko, whose shot, he was waiting for a shot, but the touch took it away from goal. But the danger persists. This time it's Michael who wins it forward.
But I think one thing Abdul Qadri should have done was to, go for that shot. Unfortunately, there was a player in his front. But again, another thing I was waiting to see and I've seen from Abdul Qadri is his ability to run with the ball on his foot. I think that was really a good run from him. Unfortunately, he could not take that shot himself. If he was the one that received the second ball, I think he would have gone for a shot for that.
5 men in the box now from destroying. The first header is one, and it's not fully cleared. Not the best of clearance. And this time it will be a goal kick. Goal kick is the decision, not the first ball. When those forwards go into the box, it's very crucial to win the first ball, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think they should learn how to do that. And they are putting themselves the house of prayer in their corner kick routines. What I notice is that they are all in the same place. They're not trying to cause trouble by spreading themselves across, trying to come in from outside as well. I think many people need to watch more of what Mikel Arteta does with his team, especially for set pieces like corner kicks.
A lot of people will praise Nicolas Jouvet for Arsenal's set piece powers in Arsenal. We're all seeing a lot of teams having our set piece coaches trying to ensure that their teams get the best out of set pieces. Would you be surprised if set piece is where the first goal from this goal comes today?
I think it's looking more like it. It's looking more like it since the teams are actually trying to, capitalize on counter-attacks, and counter-attacks leads to things like that. And once that is done successfully, once a team is able to break the other team down, a goal can actually come maybe from a corner kick or even from
And it's not one the ball there. It's not one the first ball there. After a long ball, just feeds back in from Bolo Atife. He had 2 men in danger there, just in very good positions. This time AMG trying to play coolly and calmly out of danger. This time Abasi gets on the ball, spread out by Abdurrahman to his right back Mohammed. This time AMG trying to just get themselves out of pressure, remove the danger, and it's beautifully won. Strong enough the passer there and the strength. That was Abdul Rashid. His ball to his man Shegun couldn't get there. But Michael has kept that in play beautifully. He's kept that in play beautifully, and he wins the throw.
I think Michael has actually been the bright side for this house of prayer. The left-hand side for house of prayer is not as functional as what Michael is doing on this side. If it was like that, I think the AMG would have had a handful of challenges to deal with. And so far, so good. It's actually been an impressive defensive shift for the AMG, because they should have considered at least 2 goals so far this half. They've only had 1 clear-cut chance that hit the bar with that shot in the early opening of that game.
Michael right now being attended to by the Fishes just seems to have taken the worst of that challenge from Abbas. It's been a good challenge between both sides, good fight between Abbas especially and Egba Michael than each other's flank. It just seemed like Abbas really overlapping. It's been a good danger for AMG, while Egba Michael seems to be the man trying to make things click for House of Prayer. It's good to see him back on his feet. Sure, his House of Prayer fans will be happy to see that.
Absolutely. And I think he's still going for a long throw. What are we seeing here? They are still preparing for a long throw.
Obviously,
right
he can't take the long throw because he has to be out. This time, it's the right back switching flanks. Abdul Hakim trying to get himself on that ball. And this time, it's 1 out. And now AMD trying to play out of danger. Abdul Rashid trying to find his man, but Monday John is right there. And it is a jostle between himself and Mohammed. And he will be able to get the ball back to his goalkeeper to clear the danger. And right now we're seeing Egba Michael trying to get himself back into the game.
The composure on the ball for the skipper of House of Prayer, John, is actually something incredible. The way he handles the ball, even under pressure, he still maintains his calm, making sure that he doesn't lose his calm, and then maybe do some kind of pass that will lead to a goal. Even though that pass wasn't the best, the goalkeeper read it well and went for the clearance.
Still 0-0, 40 minutes played in this encounter of the Youth League Cup between House of Prayer and AMG Sports Academy. Like we keep on saying, we've had a lot of chances, just missing the final touches from both sides to get the ball into the back of the net. Abasi, not the best of ball, but he's been able to recover from his initial mistake. Egbana gets the ball and finds the ball to Jonathan, who's pirouette and has been able to find Akim on this right backside. Akim, just couldn't get the ball to Abdul, and now AMG with a chance to break. Abdul Rashid on the ball again. His man goes into an offside position, drops the ball down to Monday, who fizzes the ball to Mohammed, trying to keep the ball in play now. Mohammed, and he's been unsuccessful in trying to do it. I'm gonna see a change just 4 minutes to the end of the first half for AMG. We're gonna be seeing the number 18 come off in this side. That is Mohammed coming up in this match very early on, and we're seeing Adamario coming for him. Surprised about that, or do you think that's a tactical change, or I think maybe he's picked up a knock or something?
I think he was down a few minutes ago, but he has been up since like 10 minutes ago. I don't know why they're taking him off, but he has been grossly silent throughout this game. So maybe it's a tactical change to see that firepower comes right on that right flank for them, then left for House of Prayer. Let's see how the new substitute.
It seems like a like-for-like substitution being made there, with Ario going into that exact position left by Osman.
Absolutely. Let's see what Adams gets to offer AMG Sports going forward from on this game.
As we near the end of the first half, as we're going closer, which of these two managers do you think will be happier? Oniya Mohammed of House of Prayer, or Wahab Bako of AMG Sports? Which of these two managers will go into the dressing room? If the score remains like this, are they happier of both sides?
I think Wahab Bako will actually be really happy with his team, not conceding and making sure that they actually stay 0-0 at first half.
Buluatife called into a bit of an action there to try and claim that ball, and it just takes a bit of the pressure more off for House of Prayer in this encounter. And we just keep on ticking down the clock until the end of the first half of this game. Still 0-0 between House of Prayer and AMG Sports Academy. Oh, it's not won the first ball. Is that one? Beautifully won, but this time the recovery would be done by Abdul Hamid.
That was really a good run, especially that throw. That throw was a tactical throw. You're not throwing the ball to the player, you're throwing the ball across the player, and the player has read it well to make sure that he makes the run. And thank God for the clearance. It was really a ball that,
but this time it gets the best of Abasi. He launches onto that ball, and now he has two men to look for in the middle. One of them is Abdul Qadri, was forced to take it away from goal. It keeps the ball in play, and this time Shago knocks it behind for a corner. Seems like the chances keep on calling onto House of Prayer, but they keep on missing out the final touch. Maybe a misplaced pass, maybe one touch too many, but this time Abdul Qadri in a good position. But the first touch just kind of let him down there.
Absolutely, I think, but there was nothing he would have done better than that. That was he was already running to come in, making sure that he doesn't keep himself offside.
The goalkeeper needed to get a touch to that ball. We just had a bad Michael, not this time taking the corner kick, just locking in behind the back post there.
Absolutely, that's what I've been telling them. You don't have to cluster yourself in one place. Some people should stay at the back for the recovery, for the balls that are already passing out, and then
they've gone short this time. Oh, beautiful turn by Joshua, fizzing the ball, and Abdul Qadri can't get the best of contact on that one. That is good change from House of Prayer in their corner kick routine. This time it was Michael going short, and a beautiful turn there by Michael. 3 minutes are done at the end of the first half. We've had a lot of stoppages in this game. We've had changes already as well in this game, but we'll keep on looking for the first goal. Abdul Rashid always calm on the board so far in this game, and House of Prayer with a chance. First start we've seen in this game from Adam and Rio. He feeds it on to Mohammed, who will try and feed it across into the box. The ball back to Lagoke. And there's no danger in there. And Abdulkadir will look to lash onto this ball and is unable to do that. AMG recycle and try to get the goal before the first half comes to an end in this encounter. And it's a foul there by Abdul Ganiyu.
It's actually been a very good show for both sides, end-to-end action. Even though for the past 10 minutes, House of Prayer have been the better side, taking the game to AMG. AMG have actually soaked the pressure very well and are trying to, go into this half the better side.
Boys cleared out of danger there by Abdul Hamid. Abdul Rahman. This time finds Abasi. One time cross into the box, headed out by Abdul Hamid. And House of Prayer looking to quickly build on the break, but it is a foul there, one for House of Prayer. Akeem. Egba Michael. Oh, he's just done that beautifully to find himself out of the shadow of Abasi. It's a beautiful first shot, and it's the side netted. Oh, beautiful football there from House of Prayer. Beautiful way to find his way into space. Egba Michael finding the ball behind of Abasi. It fizzes in a one-time cross. This time, it was Obeng Joshua with an amazing first touch, but just couldn't get the perfect call on that ball to get it in behind the goalkeeper.
I don't know how he does it, but his crosses are so accurate. The way his movement with the ball, how he dropped the ball past the player is so good, and I feel the guy should actually be improving more. And this is
another ball again.
Look at the way he beat the offside. Look at the way he beat the offside trap.
And there he finds his way into the box. Abdul Qadir into the box, and there he is. It is a shot that is blocked. It falls to Abdul Qadir, who beats his man. Finds Joshua, and the ball goes wide of the post. Again, another chance for House of Prayer. Defensive concerns for AMG Sport right now. They need to keep their head calm. For me, I think with this scoreline, they should be happy going into the halftime with this scoreline. But House of Prayer, there was a slight touch on that ball that takes it to the corner, as it is the 3 minutes out and all are up. But there's enough time to quickly take this corner. Egba Michael is there again, fizzes in across. The goalkeeper's dropped the ball, but the ref has seen a foul on that one, and that will call to the end of the first half. There's been a lot of chances in the first half of this game, as it is halftime right now between House of Prayer and AMG Sports Academy. A lot of questions as to how House of Prayer are not leading this game at halftime.
Absolutely. I think they have not been clinical enough. They've actually supposed to win, be at least 2-3 goals up in this half already. Clear-cut chances and half chances here and there. The side netting that we just saw. But then the real chance came for AMG Sport, just one, with the shot that was saved by the crossbar. But then it's actually a good game in the first 45 minutes. Both sides giving a good account of themselves, and we await an thrilling encounter in the second 45 minutes.
And anything you expect either side to change in this game? Already we've really seen a substitution by AMG Sports, taking off one of the main men up front in Uthman Mohammed, taking on for Adam Arroyo, just to hold on to the ball much better up front. But right now they will be the happier of the side going into the break. What changes do you expect, particularly from House of Prayer in the second half?
Well, I think the House of Prayer have actually, I would not want to say. I want to see the attack a bit being substituted. What I want to see from the players is more control from the middle of the midfield. They've actually been using the flanks more, which is really, really good. But then, if the midfield is more in control, I think that gives a certain Abdul Qadir time to position himself really, really well to get the goals, because I feel he's trying to beat the offside track, because balls are coming in from the wing, which is really, really difficult to actually make sure that he is onside. And but at the halftime, AMG will actually be the better side, but will be the happier side. But House of Prayer needs to do better, control the game more from the middle of the park, instead of just relying on your wingers to get the game going.
All right, it is halftime here in this match day 3 encounter of the NYouth League Cup between House of Prayer and AMG Sports Academy. We've had chances both sides. We've had AMG strike at the bar. We've had a couple of saves from the AMG Sports Academy goalkeeper as well. And one way or the other, it still remains 0-0 between both sides as we head into the halftime break.
Imam up the country against Joseph. He sets it the wrong way. Goal number 2. And out with just 6 minutes of football play. Goal number 2. They're coming lively to play. They're enjoying the second half of this game. They were well determined to allow Shovel Select to play all through halftime. A chance! No flag is raised. Hat-trick hero. His name, a big record, and surely will be on our headline of the newspaper tomorrow morning as the bell for a Beltis hat-trick hero. Imam Abdul Qadri makes record for himself to become the first player this season. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first. What a perfect start into the second half. The centre forward on the Shovel Select, Imam Abdul Qadri. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first. Ability to march forward to take. Imam Abdul Qadri against Joseph. He sets it the wrong way. Goal number 2. And out with just 6 minutes of football play. Goal number 2. They're coming lively to play. They're enjoying the second half of this game. They were well determined to allow Shovel Select to play all through halftime. A chance! No flag is raised. Hat-trick hero. His name, a big record, and surely will be on our headline of the newspaper tomorrow morning as the bell for a Beltis hat-trick hero. Imam Abdul Qadri makes record for himself to become the first player this season. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first. What a perfect start into the second half. The centre forward on the Shovel Select, Imam Abdul Qadri. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first. Ability to march forward to take. Imam Abdul Qadri against Joseph. He sets it the wrong way. Goal number 2. And out with just 6 minutes of football play. Goal number 2. They're coming lively to play. They're enjoying the second half of this game. They were well determined to allow Shovel Select to play all through halftime. A chance! No flag is raised. Hat-trick hero. His name, a big record, and surely will be on our headline of the newspaper tomorrow morning as the bell for a Beltis hat-trick hero. Imam Abdul Qadri makes record for himself to become the first player this season. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first. What a perfect start into the second half. The centre forward on the Shovel Select, Imam Abdul Qadri. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first. Ability to march forward to take. Imam Abdul Qadri against Joseph. He sets it the wrong way. Goal number 2. And out with just 6 minutes of football play. Goal number 2. They're coming lively to play. They're enjoying the second half of this game. They were well determined to allow Shovel Select to play all through halftime. A chance! No flag is raised. Hat-trick hero. His name, a big record, and surely will be on our headline of the newspaper tomorrow morning as the battle for a Belgian hat-trick hero. Imam Abdul Qadri makes record runs on to become the first player this season. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! What a perfect start into the second half. The centre forward on the shovel select. Imam Abdul Qadri. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! Ability to mark forward to take. Imam Abdul Qadri against Joseph, he sends it the wrong way. Goal number 2, and now with just 6 minutes of football play. Goal number 2. They're coming lively to play. They're enjoying the second half of this game. They were well determined to allow Shovel Select to play all through half time. A chance! No flag is raised. Hat-trick hero. His name, a big record, and surely will be on our headline of the newspaper tomorrow morning as the battle for a Belgian hat-trick hero. Imam Abdul Qadri makes record runs on to become the first player this season. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! What a perfect start into the second half. The centre forward on the shovel select. Imam Abdul Qadri. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! Ability to mark forward to take. Imam Abdul Qadri against Joseph, he sends it the wrong way. Goal number 2, and now with just 6 minutes of football play. Goal number 2. They're coming lively to play. They're enjoying the second half of this game. They were well determined to allow Shovel Select to play all through half time. A chance! No flag is raised. Hat-trick hero. His name, a big record, and surely will be on our headline of the newspaper tomorrow morning as the battle for a Belgian hat-trick hero. Imam Abdul Qadri makes record runs on to become the first player this season. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! What a perfect start into the second half. The centre forward on the shovel select. Imam Abdul Qadri. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! Ability to mark forward to take. Imam Abdul Qadri against Joseph, he sends it the wrong way. Goal number 2, and now with just 6 minutes of football play. Goal number 2. They're coming lively to play. They're enjoying the second half of this game. They were well determined to allow Shovel Select to play all through half time. A chance! No flag is raised. Hat-trick hero. His name, a big record, and surely will be on our headline of the newspaper tomorrow morning as the battle for a Belgian hat-trick hero. Imam Abdul Qadri makes record runs on to become the first player this season. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! What a perfect start into the second half. The centre forward on the shovel select. Imam Abdul Qadri. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! Ability to mark forward to take. Imam Abdul Qadri against Joseph, he sends it the wrong way. Goal number 2, and now with just 6 minutes of football play. Goal number 2. They come in lively to play. They're enjoying the second half of this game. They were well determined to allow Kwara State to play all through halftime. A chance! No flag is raised. Hat-trick hero. His name, a big record, and surely will be on our headline of the newspaper tomorrow morning as the bell for a Beltis hat-trick hero. Imam Abdul Qadri makes record for himself to become the first player this season. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! What a perfect start into the second half. The centre forward on the Kwara State, Imam Abdul Qadri. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! Ability to march forward to take. Imam Abdul Qadri against Joseph. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! What a perfect start into the second half. The centre forward on the Kwara State, Imam Abdul Qadri. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! Ability to march forward to take. Imam Abdul Qadri against Joseph. He sets it the wrong way. Goal number 2. And now with just 6 minutes of football play. Goal number 2. They come in lively to play. They're enjoying the second half of this game. They were well determined to allow Kwara State to play all through halftime. A chance! No flag is raised. Hat-trick hero. His name, a big record, and surely will be on our headline of the newspaper tomorrow morning as the bell for a Beltis hat-trick hero. Imam Abdul Qadri makes record for himself to become the first player this season. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! What a perfect start into the second half. The centre forward on the Kwara State, Imam Abdul Qadri. Chance coming good now for House of Prayer to score first! Ability to march forward to take. Imam Abdul Qadri against Joseph. He sets it the wrong way. Goal number 2. And now with just 6 minutes of football play. Goal number 2. They come in lively to play. They're enjoying the second half of this game. They were well determined to allow Kwara State to play all through halftime. A chance! No flag is raised. Hat-trick hero. His name, a big record, and surely will be on our headline of the newspaper tomorrow morning as the bell for a Beltis hat-trick hero. Imam Abdul Qadri makes record for himself to become the first player this season.
At the start of the second half with the skipper, Akip Stadium coming off for Olasonjo Olamilekan. This time in the second half, it is House of Prayer kicking from right to left in the red, and AMG kicking from left to right in their white. We talked about the changes, Fania. What are you expecting to see in the second half?
Well, I think I've actually seen good intent from House of Prayer. that first attack from the first kick actually shows that the gaffer, the coach, have actually talked to them on how to be more apply more intensity going forward. And let's see what comes out from this long throw that they're about to take.
This time, Monday John trying to get on the end of that, but it's lost to Ario. It's lost to Adams, and this time he's been able to win the ball back and the foul. Good stroke of strength there from the keeper, Monday John.
Yeah, very important, because if he had lost that ball, it would be 2-on-2, and that would have been a very dangerous situation for the House of Prayer team.
The ball skipped back to the right back. Akim now he's lost the ball to Mohamed in that game. Olagoke, beg your pardon, he's lost the ball to Olagoke. Good to see the pressure more from House of Prayer at the start of the second half as they look to continue their top of the table start to the N-Youth League Cup campaign for this season. They've already won the first 2 games of the season in emphatic fashion, and a lot of eyes are still on Abdul Qadri to get in on the scoring action, as he's so far done efficiently this season. The ball is fizzed in by Egba Michael. The goalkeeper seems to be caught in no man's land, but the touch takes it out of the box. Danger not fully cleared now for House of Prayer, but they will get the reprieve AMG now as the one of throwing of Ridwan.
Yeah, I think it's been good. AMG actually picked up from where they came, where they left it, defending really tight at the back. But I think, as I said before, we went on that halftime break. It's just for House of Prayer to be present more in the middle of the park, not just relying on the wing play. As we saw in the first half, it really didn't pay off as it should. But right now, I think they should actually try to play from the middle of the park, take the ball to the center half, and make sure that Qadri is in good position to finish off.
AMG trying to play themselves out of the early pressure that we've seen at the start of this second half. And we start with the first goal of this encounter. The ball being cleared out. Bit of a pinball being played now in on this right hand side. They're halfway through of this game. A beautiful there. Beautifully done there. But this time Monday John will recover and win the ball. Oh, he's cool under pressure. And that's beautifully done by Hakim, but he will run out of room to be able to get himself out of danger. But really showing cool and composed faces there and expressions from House of Prayer, really showing a bit of the technique and the flair that we've come to love when it comes to the beautiful game. It's a bit of a foul throw. He just stepped up for the line there into the pitch. Maybe a bit too enthusiastic.
Yeah, I think, as I've mentioned, a couple of players that should be looked upon. I think one person that should be looked upon also is the captain, Monday John. He has actually shown his
composure. And the of clearance there, and they've played themselves into danger. House of Prayer on the shot, and he has to take a shot. And it's Abdul Hamid who puts his head down on the line. A bit of miscommunication trying to play out from the back from House of Prayer. And the ball was laid off by Abdul Rashid. And the shot was ducked off by Abdul Hamid. It is a corner for AMG. You don't want to play yourself into danger when you've played so beautifully well in the first half. At the start of the second half, you have to be wary of such.
Absolutely. That was a beautiful header. I think it was half a goal already, because the goalkeeper was way out of where the ball was going to. But then that header actually just took it off the goal.
Rashid will fizz this one in. It's an outswinger. It's headed clear. And now it's a chance now for House of Prayer on the break. Egba Michael leading the charge for this one. He's got Olamilekun right in front of him. He finds Olamilekun, will spread the ball in for him. And he keeps on running at this point. And he now has 2 men in the middle, but just jostling for the ball, both men right now. And yeah, when you've got a bit of rain, the pitch is gonna be a bit slippery, and then those tackles can keep on flying in.
Yeah, it looks good so far. All the managers are trying to size up what the opposition have actually said to their players during the halftime break. And as we see, there is a little bit of change of shape for the both sides, where there is an overload for MG, trying to put more of their attackers to run forward, and then have 4 defenders, just 1 midfielder. to actually attack for them. And let's see what the House of Prayer are doing, because what we are seeing them do is
Abdul Quadri now getting on the end of that. He has Olamide going in the box. He's trying to get on the end of that one. A touch takes it away from the goalkeeper. But the goalkeeper was off the line, but very, very close to having that ball into the back of the net. He had Abdul making a run into the box. Abdul Quadri looking to find them with a square pass. One of the defender takes a slight touch on the ball, and the goalkeeper was almost caught in no man's land. But that ball just slightly goes away from goal. Again, another chance goes back in. This time across in from Joshua, headed clear. And now AMG can finally breathe a sigh of relief. Now they've got Stephen on the break. It's 2-on-3 right now. Stephen, oh, beautifully won by Monday John to relieve House of Prayer from the danger. And there's a foul won there by Jonathan as he was trying to lash into that ball. End to end now again at the start of this second half. Between both sides.
Absolutely, that was really, really good chance. It was supposed to be a cross, and if that cross has gone in, I think it would have been a goal, because it was just begging for a touch, a tapping into the empty net. But again, let's look at what that striker is able to do. His speed, his precision, the way he runs with the ball, and even off the ball, because he came from from deep his line to pick up that ball and run. I think is somebody we should keep an eye upon. His runs, both off and on the ball, are actually amazing. And maybe he will actually get a goal before this game ends. We wait to see that.
It's been a good encounter to see between both sides. Again, it's good to remind you that this is 1st versus 7th at the start of this match, day 3 of the NYLC Cup between House of Prayer and AMG Sports Academy. Still 0-0 as we are almost getting close to the hour mark, and right now AMG is Monday, the end of that challenge, on the best end of that challenge, and would have to find his way back into the game. Good to see him back on his feet after that. But AMG with a free kick in a very, very good position here in this tie. Sims is going to try and have his shoot from goal, and this time it is wide from Uluye Abdurrahman. You don't mind taking that once in a while if you can get yourself into good positions.
Absolutely. I think though it wasn't at the best of free kicks, but then better trying than not trying and getting nothing out of it. He should have played with his closest man. I think that would have been a better choice.
Some of those go in, and they're beautiful to see whenever they go in, aren't they?
Yeah, when they go in, but so far that didn't go in so well. So I feel that didn't go in so well. So I feel they should have maybe played with his closest man, because they were really in a good position to attack.
Now AMG just trying to soak a bit of the pressure, get themselves on the ball. Abdul Rashid was been beautiful to see in midfield, and this time spreads the ball out to Abdurrahman. Has just lost the ball there to Joshua, and Abdul Quadri showing his strength, trying to lay off the ball there. But he can't find Abdul in there. Bit of strength being shown there from Abdul Quadri, taking the challenge from his opponent from the back. And it's just forward now for House of Prayer. He's been able to keep that in play there. Abdul Quadri. Akeem wins a foul. Drudwan wins a foul for House of Prayer. Chance to swing with this one in. And the left back, Abdurrahman. Abdullahi Ridwan will stay behind this one. Swings it in a bit low. Tries to get his head onto that ball. Was Joshua. But it's back now to Monday John, who will go all the way back to his goalkeeper. And House of Prayer will look to start all over again. A couple of them were in an offside position. One of them is Abdul Quadri, will try to go for that second ball, and he was unable to get that. Abdul Quadri stayed down after that challenge. And get to note that House of Prayer won both of the opening league games this season. 3-1 against Shuffle Select on match day 1, 5-0 against Bucknell match day 2. Both games played in the Kenya. in Ogun State, and that has taken them to the top of the table. Meanwhile, AMG Sports Academy as well. One win, one loss to start the campaign. Looking to get their second victory of the season. This
where House of Prayer should capitalize and get that ball in the back of the net, but then they have to take care of the corner kick that AMG have right now, and you can see they are set up for the corner kick. They are really setting it up very tactically, and I think that there should be somebody marking the empty space there. You see the player go there. I was talking about
Abdul Rashid whips that into the back of into the cross, whips in there, and it was Olagoke getting into that one. It's another chance for another corner now for House of Prayer. Abdul Rashid will whip it in again, very close to the edge of the box, and it's a stop dead. And AMG have opened the scoring in the second half. The set piece pays off for AMG, and it is Monday, Gabriel Monday, that gets on the end of that one and has opened the scoring for AMG.
I said
1-0 now to AMG. The set piece, the corner, not probably taken care of, and it gets a second stab at it in the box, fizzes it into the top right corner.
And I said it, when you get opportunities like this, you don't take them, you get to pay for it. And exactly what I was saying was what happened. And again, the defending of the corner kick. When you see players, when you see corner kick routines, the way they are being done, you have to have somebody mark the empty spaces. You don't do man-to-man marking of corner kick routine any longer. You have to do what they call zonal marking, and then have some persons mark the tall guys out. But unfortunately, that wasn't done effectively. There were a lot of spaces, leaving those players without anybody to actually attack the space. The ball the second ball came into an empty space, and the player was there, lashed onto the ball, and the rest is history. House of Prayer have a Hikiros task to actually come from a goal behind and maybe see if they can actually see this one off.
All right, there is a player down now for House of Prayer. A bit of clash of head. That is the captain, Monday John, and have been a clash of head while they were jostling for that second ball. We just saw a bit of the danger from the first corner kick, and then again from the second there, it will be AMG that will get the goal. This is a huge momentum for them now. 65 minutes into this game. Still got a lot of time left. 25 minutes is a long time in a football game, but they've now got something to hold on to. They've got more things to fight for. What kind of game do we expect now to see? More back-to-back game in terms of end-to-end from both sides? Or do you try and see AMG potentially sitting deep and holding on to this lead that they have?
If I'm the manager of AMG, I will just tell my players, be compact at the defense. Make sure you don't concede set pieces at your own half, and you hit them on counter attack. But if I'm the manager for House of Prayer, what do I need? Make sure the ball is always in the opposition half. Put more pressure on them.
In there again, looking for the foul, is not there, and Abdulhamid will be able to clear. We should note that Monday John is outside receiving treatment, so it is looking like a back three right now for House of Prayer. Good enough from a back three, or should someone drop in deep and take his position?
I think someone
in the meantime.
For the meantime, I think someone should actually drop in, because AMG are actually having the momentum right now. You need everything you need. You need all the players you have to actually defend and make sure you get back to shape and take the pressure off you and make sure that you put the right opposition team under pressure.
Just second guessing himself in there, Jonathan, and he wins the ball at his second stab to hit. Abdulhamid tries to go long. No one seems to attack that one, and it's just cleared back in. And Ridwan knows he has to clear this one properly and tries to win the throw-in, and it does that beautifully. We've seen the fourth yellow card of the game now for Ilorin. Stephen giving him yellow card there for dissent. And he knows he has to be careful as this game continues to wind down. We're playing 2/3 of this game now. Monday John back on the pitch for House of Prayer. Good to see. It's going to be another throw-in for House of Prayer. To the discontent, though, of the AMG Sports Academy. 1-0 now to AMG. Goal scored by Gabriel Monday in the 63rd minute of this encounter. House of Prayer will work to do.
Yeah. And I think they need to be careful the way they are throwing the ball away right now, because time wastage in football can actually attract yellow card. You need to be careful the way you throw the ball away, because they have a lot of work. They still have a lot of time to actually defend this 1-goal lead.
Well, Michael with another long throw into the box. Cleared away at the first time of asking, and puts it back in with his head. This time, Obeng Joshua and Abdulgani getting himself crossed in. Abdulgani finds his head. It is the equalizer. And it is Shuab Akim that equalizes for House of Prayer. And it has come from a set piece for House of Prayer. And they found a way quickly back into the game. It is 1-1.
And assist came from the man himself, who is given the duty of scoring, but when he could not score, he just found in a way of providing that assist. Who again are we talking about? The star striker with a with a fantastic assist. And what better way to finish the ball than putting it at the top right end of that goal. What a beautiful way to equalize. What a beautiful way to give a response when you go down in a match. And I think now the momentum is right with House of Prayer, who I think will be looking to actually capitalize on this momentum and go ahead.
What a good start to the second half that we've had from both sides in this game. Both players getting more physical in there. As you can see, both players having a look at each other, having a bit of a go at each other there. With one beautiful finish I must add from Shuab Akim, the right back, playing themselves into danger now again. This is Abdul Rashid trying to fizzle his way in there, and it is a goal kick. Looking for the corner, but it is a goal kick. Good to see from both sides. And House of Prayer quickly back into the game, just 5 minutes after going behind, showing why they've started the season as brilliantly as they've had.
Absolutely. But I think Ridwan needs to actually step up, because I'm seeing Monday John coming to help him more on the left wing, on the left flank. So it's actually very difficult. He should actually relieve Monday John of the duty of taking care of the striker.
It could be a tactical tweak by the manager to just get Abdullah Ridwan a bit higher up front to continue the momentum. Who knows what has been said and what are the changes that has been made at this second half. We're hearing a couple of more changes being prepared now by House of Prayer. We'll look to see when those changes will be made. Potentially Mohammed and Abdulatif Oyero will come on more attacking substitutions if that were done by House of Prayer. 20 minutes left on the clock, 70 minutes played, and it is a chance now for House of Prayer to launch another set piece chance into the box. And it's launching up. The Quadra is first to that one, and Shiagon Akinyame needed to clear that one out of danger for AMG. It's a corner now for House of Prayer.
Yeah, they consider courtesy of a corner. Let's see what they do with this, but they decided to go short.
Take it short, and it is the man that came off the bench looking to fizz that one in, not properly cleared, and the ball falls into the man who got the goal, and it is Akim, beautifully done, and he stays on the ball, and now he has to find a way to keep hold of the ball. And it is won now by AMG. Good chance there. The second ball falling into the box for House of Prayer again. But it was a quick corner. Quickly taken. And the ball fizzed into the box by Jimo Mubarak, the substitute in that one. And the ball goes out of play. Mubarak is down. They say he got a bit on that challenge.
I think it wasn't a good challenge from both of them. They went for the ball without proper calculation, and then the opposition boot, I think, got to his shin, and that's why he's down. I think he's in serious pain right now. But let's look at what House of Prayer has been able to do. Exactly what I predicted. Put an overload in the front. Make sure that your midfield is functioning, and that they've been able to do. And that goal came in from that sequence of attack, even though it was courtesy of a set piece that actually walked through that line.
What about House of Prayer's response to going a goal down, showing really why they are potentially a good team in this season of the NYLC Cup? Good response to them going down.
Absolutely. I think this is what we need to see from teams that are really serious about competition, winning competition. When you go down to the opposition, you actually come up really strong, and that was really a good header from the skipper right there. And let's look at how far they've actually been able to been able to affair this second half. I think one thing we should also do is that the AMG have been able to keep the star striker really silent. Thanks to that assist he got, he wouldn't have been able to do anything so far. But then it's another chance.
He's latching onto the ball now. Is Abdul Kodri trying to get onto the end of that ball, and it's bundled off by Akinyemi Shagun on that ball. Mubarak now back on the pitch, back quickly into the action for House of Prayer. It's now more end to end. You can see both sides really going for that first goal. And it's been, the referee says something that the last man saw a bit of a push there and is flagged for a foul to the displeasure of the AMG substitute bench. And it is going to be another yellow cards now. This time for Yusuf Olagoke. Complaining decent, another yellow card for decent in this game. 1-1 here between House of Prayer and AMG Sports Academy.
Vinod and Just John playing currently.
A bit of update to bring you from matches going on still in the Southwest Conference. Vinod hosting Just John FC, 1-1 between both sides right now in that game. It is also 1-1 here between House of Prayer and AMG Sports Academy. Opener scored by Gabriel Monday in the 63rd minute, but 5 minutes later, it would be Shuaib Akim who would equalize for the league leaders, House of Prayer.
Yeah, and I think it's actually it's looking like the House of Prayer are looking to take the lead right now, because if you look at the shape of the team, they are putting everything on the line to make sure that they get in and get the second balls. And you could see how they are winning the second balls really well. But then they should be wary of their midfield, because it's still very light at the middle of the park. They are not so compact at the middle of the park. Only their defense that will actually save them. And this is what you see.
Looking at, so just couldn't get a second touch on that ball. Oh, what a beautiful ball, but just couldn't get the perfect touch on it. And Obenga trying and to let his man get in on the action. Mubarak this time, and he's fouled. He had the chance to play that one time, but wanted to put the ball on his favorite right foot, but he was fouled there. But this time, Obeng Joshua, the ball into his box, trying to find his way into his box, and he's won a corner. Substitutions being prepared now for House of Prayer. Rital Abdul Latif, winger for House of Prayer, being prepared to come off the bench as House of Prayer look to inject more firepower into the attack.
This is a player I've seen play so many times. He's really a good player. From the middle of the park, he has a lot of strength. Mustafa, really physical, and his shot really has the strength to take long range shots. And we will see what he gets to bring for House of Prayer in this half.
This time whips the ball into the back of the box, but this time it is fully cleared and looking to start a counter attack for AMG. Right there was the own forward man looking very quickly at Damario, looking to get them in very quickly into the opposition half, and they've been able to successfully do that. And House of Prayer looking to just keep the momentum on. And the Kodri knows he was coming back from an offside position, and the flag is up. 15 minutes left, applause at a time left to play in this game, Tanya. What happens in this final 15 minutes with what we're seeing from both sides? In fact, inject fresh blood into both sides, and because tiredness can start creeping in when you've played 75 minutes in this game already.
Absolutely, and that's what Coach Mohammed wants to do for the House of Prayer side, preparing those substitutions. I think we just need to see more from the midfield, and let's see what a certain Abdul Latif actually brings onto the pitch as the substitution comes on, and then it's really a good one so far for the House of Prayer team.
Trying to get himself, and the ball of the Kodri getting himself in a beautiful ball whipped in by Abdul Ganiyu. He finds a way to shrug off his man one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but it's a brilliant save from the goalkeeper, and it's the first real line of sight of goal that we've got from that striker, Imam Abdul Kodri. Beautifully served from the goalkeeper, but what a pass from Yakub Abdugani to just feed him in on goal.
But that was a brilliant save. The keeper read the lines really, really well, leaving his line and coming out, making himself really, really big for Abdul Quadri not to say it. But then those kind of chances are sometimes you just put it below, and maybe the keeper will cop nabbing on that, and you bury those kind of chances. They need to convert those chances. They are really under pressure right now to finish up this game before it gets into the 80th minute.
And we'll come to substitutions, like we said. Hawal Mohammed will be coming on as well. Yerin is going to be coming on for Obeng Joshua at the start of in this second half as the clock winds down, as well as Burital Abdul Latif is going to be coming on for Yakub Abdugani. That was that man who could have just had an assist right now in this game. Those substitutions we told you about now being enforced in this affair.
Yeah,
bringing on the right wingers, like for like substitutions we are seeing in this game. A centre midfielder, two centre midfielders swapping their positions, and the right wingers as well swapping their positions, like for like, but injecting fresh blood. And again, it is still attack minded from House of Prayer.
Absolutely. Let's see how this goes. And the first ball into the 18-yard box. See the team well defended. Okay, so let's look at how the substitution have actually shaped the team. But right now they are on the defensive foot. So we look at a certain Latin.
Is it just a situation of injecting more fresh energy in there, more of the same from what we've done, but more fresh energy?
Absolutely. I don't think there is a tactical change here. It's just a like-for-like substitution, but players who have not really given their best, especially for Obeng, who just had very good chance but could not convert, has really been quiet in this game. So I think they need fresh blood that will come in and pull AMG more on the defensive foot. And let's see how this goes right now, because I'm seeing a more of a three-man defense war for the House of Prayer.
House of Prayer. Shaggy Mohammed looking to latch onto that long ball, but it's just too much to ask from him. Man, too much to ask when you've played almost 80 minutes in this grueling affair between both sides. Still 1-1 between House of Prayer and AMG Sports Academy. Final 10 minutes of this game as both sides looking to take the lead, turn this game around. Will be House of Prayer looking to see. This time, the light red one tries to find his man, and Mubarak gets on the ball very well. Looking like it's now Mubarak playing on that left flank after the substitution of Obeng Joshua.
Yeah, and I'm looking at how Latif is actually fitted into this team. He is the kind of player that plays very close to the 80-yard box, as we've seen him already. You know, just being
whipped in now, and he would go as far back as Mubarak, who keeps it in place. Down one to beat his man, finds himself in the box, and it's a cross, and it's an header. Oh, such a chance for Abdul Latif, who's only covered, and a header when he was leaning back and had to put a lot of energy, and the ball goes beyond. A beautiful work on the left-hand flank by the other substitute as well, Mubarak.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When you have players that are tired, you know, the coach actually saw that these players are tired, so he had to just make some kind of like-for-like substitution with fresh energy, more strength coming into the middle of the park. And we've seen that they are now winning their second balls, their second duels, and making sure that they don't lose they don't lose possession.
All right, Jonathan now has found the Egba. Oh no, we're trying to fizz this cross in the top of the quarter, but it's blocked by Shegun. We've seen Egba just come into the midfield more, not playing on the wings like we saw him at the start of the second half. But that interchange of passes between Abdul Ganiyu just set him into the box, and he had a good chance to fizz that one in, beautifully crossed in. This time he takes the corner very quickly, and he was trying to lay the ball on red one for Mubarak, successfully cleared by AMG, who are now under pressure in the final and closing stages of this game. Bit of miscommunication as to who was supposed to go for that ball. Mubarak was in an offside position, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in an offside position, but then it's supposed to be a tactical play where I think Ridwan was supposed to go for the ball. That was like an artificial offside, what we call it these days. You know, keep it being an offside while another player takes on the run. But unfortunately, Ridwan didn't read it really well. He would have gone for the ball, and maybe something would have come out of it.
Bit of a long ball, and now a bit of work there to do for Monday John. And Boluwatife takes it up and quickly is on the break again. Could be a bit of danger there. It doesn't clear the first time, but this time the goalkeeper would gather the ball. Abdul Latif really getting in on the action as quickly as he's coming to the game. We're not seeing him playing on that right hand flank. Mubarak playing on the left hand flank. And it seems that Igba Michael has just dropped into that central midfield position following the substitution and the removal of Lamileka in this game.
Absolutely, and let's see how this team it goes, because I think they are really taking control of the midfield already, and the ball is beginning to flow as they are playing.
Ridwan looking for the striker of the Quadri. Beautiful first touch. Is found back of his man, and that's Mubarak, and the ball says wide off the box. It is a big chance. Another big chance goes begging for House of Prayer. Beautiful touch and control for Abdul Qadri. Sets Mubarak on his path, and that shot just sails wide of the right hand post.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. When you have a striker who can move, a striker who can come off his line, play with the ball, you know, make it very, very difficult for the opposition side to defend. And that's what Abdul Qadri is. That deadly man. That was supposed to be a goal. That was supposed to be a clear shot at goal, at least for the goalkeeper to save. But unfortunately, it went off target.
There have been a lot of chances that have gone begging for House of Prayer in this game. What exactly is going? This is a side that have already scored 8 goals in the opening first 2 games. 9 goals now in the first 3 games of this season. The chances, they are just not pulling them off today.
Yeah, I think they're not clinical in this game enough. I would have said the team is not clinical, but then for you to score 8 goals in just 2 games, it shows how good the attack can be. But today, it's just not clicking. That was supposed to be a goal, not even a chance. That was supposed to be really, really a goal, but Juma couldn't just wrap himself around that ball. And unfortunately for the star striker, Abdul Qadri would have had 2 assists already for the game. But then, let's see how it goes, because the game is far from being over yet.
Well, the House of Prayer, you keep the momentum on, you keep the pressure on, and you keep on knocking on that door. Eventually, you just break down the door and get to the goal that you were looking for in this game. And you see Egba Michael getting in on that ball again. This time, Idris adds the ball down to Abdul Latif, who wins a foul. Abdul Latif Mohammed will whip this into the ball right now. Abdul Hamid. A bit of jostling there between Abdul Latif. But AMG will look to play themselves out of danger this time, with Monday getting in on the action. Spreads that out. But the referee has seen a foul there, and it was called the playback for a free kick for AMG.
Well, it's been an interesting encounter so far. AMG also giving a good account of themselves, but I think they should have been 3-4 goals down now if House of Prayer were clinical enough. But then let's see how it goes, because what I'm seeing right now is House of Prayer playing with two attacking midfielder, 1 defensive midfielder with Latif and Jumon, supporting the strikers with the firepower from the wings. And let's see how that gets to pan out for them.
Really looking for that goal and today, and a bit of a miscommunication there, but good to see Abdul Latif back on his feet after that collision. Mubarak looking to get in on the action now, as we'll see in Ahmad Mohammed really chasing that ball. A bit of pinball now in and around the edge of the box, and it's won this time by Gabriel Monday, who opened the scoring for AMG, and it's a beautiful ball onto the path of Yusuf Olakoke, and he has support from Isman Adam Ario there, who's won the ball, but illegally so, says the referee, and it is a foul and a free kick to House of Prayer. AMG saying we are still here as well to pick up the maximum points in this game, and they should be wary of that danger in behind them, House of Prayer.
Absolutely. I think the back three, I'm not so comfortable with the back three, because you're supposed to, when you're playing back three, you're supposed to be very compact, especially in the midfield.
It's a big chance now opening up, and it is Mohamed getting himself in there, but the defender just gets himself in between the man and the ball, and that chance goes back in again for House of Prayer. There is another half chance this time that goes back in for House of Prayer.
That's what Abdul Latif gives you. Even if he comes from the middle of the park, he actually gives you that, that clear-cut passes that, will make sure that the defense is cut aside and just keep you in front of goal. But then, I've not seen what I expect from him. I think he should be more around the box than what he's doing currently.
Edgar Daniel has brought that beautifully well. And the flag is up for offside this time for Abdul Qadri. The team was very tight offside position.
Yeah,
And the
because
referee raises his flag.
I think a certain Shegun Akinyemi was just slightly behind him, but then the linesman raised his flag for an offside, which I think maybe he was just doing haste. But then very good game, very good defending from AMG so far.
AMG, we see preparing another substitution out this one. Prince Coleman is going to be coming on from to boost to their defense in these dying stages of this game. Bolo Atife will claim that easily and launches it again. We've seen him do that multiple times already this game. Launching the ball into the opposition have to quickly start and build the pressure. But this time, AMG build out from the back, winning the ball and trying to build out from the back. This time, Abdurrahman spreads the pass out to Abbas in this game. Oh, his touches just kept the ball in for House of Prayer. And this time, they're looking to build on that one. He keeps it alive. Oh, what a beautiful touch from Daniel. And he finds Mubarak in a lot of touch. Mubarak's first time is great. And he finds a way to find the net. And it is in the back of the net. And House of Prayer have turned it around. They lead this game 2-1 in the 89th minute of the game. From a goal down, they lead in the 89th minute of the game. Beautiful touch from Edgar Daniel and an equally beautiful pass. His first touch might have not been great, Jimmy Mubarak, but his shot was too hard to hand before the goalkeeper, and the ball trickled into the back of the net. It's 2-1 House of Prayer.
I was saying this. I was saying it when Juma came on the pitch. I was saying this. House of Fire, House of Prayer needed a player like Juma, who is fast, who has short precision. This is his second take in the game in just less than 25 minutes, and that went in for a goal. I think this is the player they have been missing so far. You know, the speed at which he used coming from the
end of this game, and House of Prayer have turned it around with so little time left in this game.
Yeah, and I think they should be able to see this one off. 5 minutes, although anything can happen. Football is a game of momentum. They should be able to keep this because they own the momentum right now. If they don't get to keep this one on, it's all on them. But one thing we must note is the defense line. I was complaining about the back three, but they've been able to keep their calm, keep their cool, and make sure that they are seeing out these 3 points.
On the best of touch there for House of Prayers, Mohammed. Looking for the free kick. They're getting the free kick in a very John. But picking up the yellow card there for delaying the restart.
Absolutely, but I thought it was
delaying the restart.
Absolutely, but I thought it was supposed to be a handball because the ball actually went to the hand of I think that was supposed to be is it red one or so? But then touched his hand, but I think the linesman didn't see that. Rather, he saw the infringement.
Abdul Rashid with a chance to whip this one in for AMG. Whips it in, but it's easy for Bolo Atife to claim. And now, the wasting of the time, as some will call it, delaying the restart. And you can hear the noise from the home support now when they are have a 2-1 lead to order into this game. And Abdul Qadri has added that into the path of Mohammed. It takes another touch behind the goalkeeper. And it seals in the game. 3-1. And again, it is Abdul Qadri who latches onto the corner kick, onto the goal kick from the goalkeeper. Lays into the path of Mohammed. Beautiful first touch. And it is fired it into the back of the net. And it is 3-1 for House of Prayer. They've sealed this way, Daniel.
Absolutely. There is nothing they can do right now. There is nothing AMG can do right now. Just in the space of 3 minutes, I'm just in the space of 90 seconds, considering those 2 goals, that is what substitution can do for you. Let's look at it from the side of the House of Prayer, who have actually done an incredible job with those substitutes coming on. really, really fast, making space for the team to actually run. And what can we say? The star man now has 7 goal involvement in just 3 games.